Hi guys, it's Jordan. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you can tell, the title of today's story is the time somebody literally tried to drug me and my friend, like when we were already intoxicated, basically. Okay, so I do want to put a little disclaimer for this video. I'm gonna be mentioning some things that could probably be like triggering to a lot of people. So to avoid that, if you think you'll be triggered by some of the topics in this story, go ahead and click off of the video. But okay, so this actually didn't happen too long ago, maybe like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. Me and my homegirl were both heartbroken at the same time. My dude didn't want me, her dude wasn't fucking with her, and we're like, bitch, we're not about to sit in this house and be like sad forever. It's just not gonna happen for me. It ain't gonna happen for you. So we need to do something. So we were both like, okay, we'll go out. Now, me and her, when we go out, we are boring bitches. We go get boba and we get dinner and we go home. Like, we aren't like the kind of like going out like and partying all night kind of like friendship duo. I'm sure we do that with other people, but like usually with us, we just go out and do some chill shit. But we were like, no, we are going to go out. Now, what's important to note about me and my homegirl is when we drink, we are drinking to get drunk. We are not drinking to just like, no, we're drinking to get drunk. So keep that in mind. But anyway, so we had spent like the whole day together doing our normal like boring chill shit, like going to fucking Target together or going out to eat. And then we were like, okay, what are we gonna do like tonight? So I drop her off at her house. I go home and I'm like, do you want to go to the strip club? And she's like, yeah. So I wanted to go to the strip club because my homegirl had just had her birthday and we ended up like taking this big ass group of people to the strip club and it was so much fun. There's only one strip club that like is 18 plus. So this was the strip club that we were going to. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we get dressed. This bitch like, she takes forever to get dressed. So by the time we get dressed, bitch, it's probably like 10:30. Like by this fucking time. But we ended up going and stopping at the gas station. We had to get some singles because we obviously wanted to, you know, give a little some to the strippers, even though the cover charge for the fucking club we went into was $38 to get in. And I was like, I hope this is going to the strippers. But I'm pretty sure it's going to like, I don't know, like the other support staff, like security or like the clerk or whoever the person was. So we go to the strip club. It's fucking $38 to get in. We pay whatever. We didn't know where to sit because like I said, the first time I went with a big ass group of people. So we all just sat around the stage, but there was like 10, 11 of us. Like there was a lot of us. So we were just like, what the fuck? So we end up like sitting at a little booth, like a little chair and table set. Like this is the stage and this is where we sat. So we were really close to the stage and we ended up going to the stage and we're just like, I cannot. Like, I just felt so awkward because it was just us two and then there wasn't like a lot of people in the strip club. I was like, it was different last time when I was drunk as fuck in here with hella people. But we were just like throwing our money, whatever, trying to like, you know, because it was just like so awkward because there was just like not a lot of people in there at all. So like the strippers, because we ended up moving closer to the stage, they ended up like, they were coming like in our face and we're like, here, like, because it was just like, you have your cootie in my face. But like, anyway, so that's besides the point. So we end up leaving the strip club probably after like an hour of being there, but we're like, we don't want to go home. So we decided that we were going to go to Fremont Street. If you don't know what, was this on a Friday? I don't know if this was during a Friday, which they have first Friday every first Friday of the month down there, but I don't know what day this was. But we ended up deciding that we were going to go to Fremont Street. Now, Fremont Street is just a long street in Las Vegas that's full of like casinos, little shops, places you can eat, a lot of alcohol, and a lot of people. It's a really big tourist attraction, and it's downtown. So we end up getting a bottle because we're like, well, we're about to walk Fremont like sober. So we drive to like parking near Fremont, and we take our shots in the car, whatever. Because, you know, we're not drinking and driving. So we took our shots in the car and then we got out and we're like walking. So because we had just taken our shots, bitch, we are drunk. And we have to walk like 10 miles, or not 10 miles, thank God I would never, 10 minutes to get to like the like Fremont Street because there wasn't parking really close to it. So we're walking, the alcohol is like hitting us. Oh, my bitch threw up too. We were trying to take the shots in the car. She's like, bleh. I'm like, but anyway, so we're walking. I'm taking pictures of her or whatever. We get onto the actual like Fremont Street, and there's a lot of people on Fremont. Like, it doesn't matter if you are ugly, gorgeous, anything, you're gonna get somebody to talk to you on Fremont. Like, I swear to God, if you need a confidence booster, you're ever feeling like so not cute, just get dressed and go to Fremont. So a man is gonna come up to you and try to chat with you and something. So we're walking down Fremont, you know, we're drunk. The homegirl is fucked. Like, I'm just like, you know, but the homegirl's fucked. So, like, people are coming up to us. We're talking to people. That's just, like, what you do down there. Like, people will come up to you, especially men. Men will come up to you and talk to you, whatever. Like, we were in line, and some guy with gold teeth. He was super tall. He was, like, light-skinned. He had gold teeth. He turned around. He's talking to us, and we're just like, are you a pimp? Like, because he looked like a pimp, like, for sure. And he kept looking around like he was looking for somebody. That's another thing, though. If you go to Fremont, be on your P's and Q's, because we weren't this night at all. But anyway, so he was trying to talk to us. I'm sorry if I keep moving. I'm like not sitting on anything. I'm kneeling. But he was trying to talk to us, whatever. Ugh. And so then there's two parts of Fremont. There's like this actual, like, there's straight, and there's like attractions, whatever. But then you get to like a security checkpoint to be able to keep walking down it. So we're in line for the security checkpoint to keep going to the other side. So we get through the security checkpoint. And like I said, we're heartbroken. So we're just like seeing couples and stuff. And we're like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? So we ended up stopping like in the middle, and we're just like staring. And these two dudes came up to us, and they're like, where are you from? Blah, blah, blah. And we're like, here. The guy that was trying to talk to my friend was so, I hate to say it, but ugly. Oh my goodness. He was just like, eh. So we're like, here. Like, ew, like, no, like, at this point, we miss our men, like, bitch, we're drunk and sad now, so we just miss our dudes. So, and we had got to, Fremont at, like, 12 o'clock, everybody keep that in mind, like, 12, because it's going to be important later for the story. So, they're talking to us, being like, oh, there's a lot of prostitutes down here, blah, 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 and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, well, we're not prostitutes, because, like, what are you hinting at? Why are you telling me that, bitch? I'm from here. I know that. Like, I know that there's prostitutes down here, baby. What are you talking about? He's like, well, I'm from Kansas. I'm not used to seeing that. I said, oh, well, I'm from here, so I'm used to seeing that. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. I was like, I have homegirls that are prostitutes, or like 304s. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. So, like, you want me to be like, ew, no, I don't give a fuck. So I'm just like looking at him as he's talking about it. He's like, yeah, a girl just came up to me and was like, oh, $100 for the hour or something. And he was like, I was like, what are you talking about? First of all, you are not that goddamn dumb. You knew what she was talking about. If you don't want to fuck her, say no thank you and walk away. Like, what the hell? So they end up talking for a little bit more, whatever. And then we just like walk off from each other, because I was like, this conversation is super stupid and annoying, like, actually. So we're walking, we're just talking to people, we're looking at the attractions. Like, they have like naked people down there, they have people like playing the drums or the guitar, or people rapping. Like, it's just really like a cool, fun, like, chill spot. So we decided, like, damn, we're having fun, but like, we're hella thirsty. So we duck off into this bar. Like, I don't know if it was an actual bar or if it was called the Milkshake Bar. It's all kind of fuzzy. So we duck off into like this little bar, everything, and we get water. We only wanted water. They had food and everything, but we just wanted to drink some water. So we end up drinking our water, and then we left our cups on the table. I'm sorry, I keep fucking moving. We left our cups on the table, and we went to the bathroom. That is where we fucked up at, and I will admit it. Don't leave your drink like unaccompanied, but also don't be a fucking weirdo and like see an unaccompanied drink and do some weirdo shit. So we go to the bathroom, we come back, and I was under the impression that we were just gonna like walk past our table. Bitch, we had just gotten water. We were in there for 5 minutes and leave. But the homegirl stops at the table and she picks up her water, and I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm thirsty. So I'm like, oh shit, okay. So I go back to the table, and like I'm like I hold my cup. Like, this all happens like within the span of like 5 seconds. Like, I'm still standing up. I have my cup. My homegirl is sitting down like this, like about to drink it. And the guys at the table next to us are like, hey, don't drink that. So then our server comes, like the server who gave us the water, he comes and he's like looking at the guy. He's like, what? And the guy says something, but we couldn't hear it to this. Like, he said something to the server, but we couldn't hear it. So then the server looks at us. He's like, no, don't drink that. Don't drink that. And we're like, what's going on? He was like, when you guys went to the bathroom, a guy, he described him when we looked for him all night. He was like, a guy came and put something in both of you guys' drinks and walked out. And we're like, what? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, well, what did he look like? And he was like, he's Hispanic, he had on a gray shirt, he had a beard, which is like, he was describing so many people on Fremont Street. There was just no way that we would have been able to know who the fuck that was. But I was like, what the fuck? Because so then the server guy, he gets us some water, like with to-go lids on it, and I'm like really scared. So we go outside of the bar and we're sitting down at these tables, and me and the homegirl are scared to walk anywhere because she was like, they had to have been watching us to put it in our drinks. Cause like, what if it was like fucking like 2 big ass grown men who were sitting there, like, how are you gonna drag them out of a restaurant with like people not looking at you? But us, we're like fucking 5'2", like you could easily probably just somebody be like, oh, this is my girlfriend, she's drunk. So she was like, they had to have been like watching us. So we're like trying to look around and see if we can see the man. The guy that we met earlier in the night that I told you guys when we were at the security checkpoint with the beard, he was light-skinned, but I'm like, I don't know if this guy is drunk and is like mixing it up, like saying that this guy is Mexican because he's light-skinned. Like, I don't know, but he walked by us like 2 or 3 times, and he was just like, you good? And he did it, and I was like, and my homegirl was like, do you think it was him? And I was like, bitch, I don't know. Like, I don't fucking know. But he kept walking by us and being like, are you good? So then finally my homegirl was like, somebody just tried to like drug us. So no, I'm not really good, to be honest. He's like, what? No, blah, blah, blah. And like, now thinking about it, that shit was hella like suspicious. So he ends up walking away from us, and my homegirl's like, I have a really bad feeling, like, no. So we flagged down like a cop who was like arresting somebody already. There was like 3 cops and they were already arresting somebody. And we're like, hey, somebody just tried to, I'm going to call it the fucking milkshake bar because I don't remember what it was called. Somebody just tried to drug us at the milkshake bar. Like, y'all, this is what we were told that he looks like. Y'all need to go like hang out in there or something. Like, I don't really know what you can do, but go do something. So as we're talking to them, the tall guy with the beard, light skin guy, he comes up to us again. He's like, y'all good? And we're like, yeah, we're just telling them what happened. He's like, oh, okay. And he walks away. So now we're like standing at a crosswalk, and they're telling people that are about to cross. And I'm like, bro, I'm not like comfortable walking around here by myself anymore. I'm not buzzed anymore. I'm like, and my homegirl's like, she's like, yeah, I don't feel drunk anymore. Like, I feel I'm scared. And I'm like, yeah, I'm scared too. So she ends up calling her homeboy, who is also on Fremont Street. He was at a club called like Gold something. He's at a club, and he was with his other homeboy. So she calls him, and she's like, hey, do you think that if I walk to the club that you're at, or the bar, or whatever it was, if I walk to the club that you're at, do you think that you can walk like around with me and my homegirl? And he's like, yeah. So we just end up walking to the club that her homeboy's at, and he walks around with us for the rest of the night and everything. But it was a really scary experience because, like, if those people hadn't been there to, like, say no, like, we probably would have drank the water, and then who else would have happened? Like, who knows what would have happened after that? So I'm really thankful for those guys that were sitting at the table by us that were like, no, because they easily could have just been like, well, that's not my business. That has nothing to do with me. Like, they didn't have to tell us, so I really appreciate that. But do not leave your drinks unaccompanied. That part was, like, crazy of us, but also don't be a weirdo and, like, put something in somebody's drink. That's really strange. It's really, really strange. But, yeah, that's the story of how we almost got drugged on Fremont. And I'm pretty sure they were going to kidnap us, so. But, yeah, let me know if you guys enjoyed this story time. Like I said, I'm sorry if this was, like, triggering for anybody. But, yeah, bye, guys. Love you.